Welcome back, Douglas patrons. Now we're going to discuss the basic resume format, go into greater depth about the pieces that I discussed in the previous sections. First of all, in almost every resume, you have several sections that are usually very standard and several sections that are optional. The standard sections are name and contact information. You want your name very big and either aligned to the right or centered. In addition, you want your street address, your city, state, and zip code, your phone, and your email all smaller underneath. And you want to align that the same way that you align your name. You also want to include your education or training background and your certifications and endorsements. What colleges or post-secondary technical programs you have attended, what years you attended those institutions, what your major, concentration, or area of study was. Did you get certified? Did you get honors? Did you get endorsements? In addition, you want to include your related experience. This could be uh, paid professional experience, internships, um, student teaching, practicums, any of this sort of thing. It's your professional experience. Have you worked any jobs that are like this one? Have you held any positions in organizations that would make you better at this job? If so, name the organization, the name of the position, the years you worked there, the supervisor's name, and a brief description of the duties. You want to be honest, but try to avoid gaps in the time between jobs. If you have a list, if you have to list a job that's less relevant to show you were working steadily, de-emphasize the description of the duties. Sometimes you should blend your employment history and your volunteer experience together in this section, but more often, it is standard to keep these two separate. The best reason to blend, however, is if you are switching careers or industries and your work history may not fully explain why you are qualified, where your volunteer history can fill in the gaps. In addition, you might want to include additional experience or volunteer work. Do you have volunteer or service experience relevant to the skills, qualifications, and duties of this position? Though it's not professional experience, it can definitely help you explain why you'd be great for this position. You always want to include references. These are people that have supervised you in previous experiences that can tell your potential employer about your work ethic and back up your resume. Former bosses, former managers, and other people who have supervised you for a period of 6 months or longer should be listed here, usually up to 3. You should list their name, position, and employment information, email and phone number, and years supervised. In addition, we have sections like skills, objective statements, qualifications, awards, interests, or other. Some of the information you want to communicate to your potential employer may not fit easily into the previously named categories. If it's substantial or long enough, consider inserting one of the following categories: skills, qualifications, awards, or interests. For some position, it may be appropriate to give an objective statement or a short one-sentence description about what you plan to bring to your team if hired. For example, to assist my sales team in increasing sales by at least 50%, relying on over 25 years of sales team experience. Remember to make it about what they, your employer, will get from you and not what you expect to get from them, your employer.